No more Black Tears Radio, man. Was a lot of tears shed this week and this weekend, man. It's been a crazy week, man. But we back, man. We back at it. You know what I'm saying? Hurricane Helen couldn't hold us back. They can't hold us back. You know what I'm saying? We put on for the city. So DJ Rose's here. You know what I'm saying? We got Caesar C's. What's up?
Man, they definitely hold y'all back. Y'all people don't know how to drive in them damn traffic lights, man. Crazy out here.
Ortiz.
Hey, glad to be back. Glad to be back, man. Let's get this show on the road, y'all, man. So this weekend sports.
It all happened in the week, man. Everything happened in the week. It's crazy.
There's a lot of people who lost their lives in Georgia, Tennessee, North Carolina, and Florida. We lost two legends in their respective sports. The Kimber Mutumbo used to wag his finger saying no, no, no. One of the greatest defensive players of all time, full-time defensive player of the year, and the all-time hits leader in Major League Baseball, Pete Rose, both passed away in the same week. Man, first things first, man. The Kimber Mutumbo, everybody had great things to say about him, about how amazing person he was, amazing man he was. I will say this, when you think of shot blocking, at least for me, I think of the Kimber Mutumbo. And that's me not having seen most of his playing career. Like, by the time I saw him playing, it was like literally when he was with AI on the Sixers. So I didn't get to see his prime years like that in the 90s. But like all them commercials and him wagging the finger and that voice. Like, he got one of the most unique voices in sports. It will go down in history, man. So, shout out to him. He's in a better place. He had brain cancer, apparently. Pete Rose lived a full life. I want to say he passed away like 85, 83. So, good for him. I just want to say, Major League Baseball, y'all fucked up, man. Because y'all should have been put this nigga in the Hall of Fame. I feel like if you are undisputedly a top 10, top 15 player in your sport, I don't give a fuck what you did off the gridiron, off the field, off the court. Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame. Pete Rose, the all-time hits leader. This man won a league MVP. This man won World Series. Like, y'all didn't have to give him a job. He didn't have to be a hitting coach like some of these other players do. Like, Mark McGwire, he worked for the motherfucking Cardinals as a hitting coach, bruh. Like, it's crazy, man. But, I just feel like, that nigga should have definitely been in the Hall of Fame. But you know what? He is in one Hall of Fame, man. He's in the WWE Hall of Fame. Pete Rose, thank you for what you did for the WWE. I remember seeing you come out there and get chokeslammed by the Big Red Machine Kane. And for those who don't know, he was part of that Cincinnati team that was called the Big Red Machine when he was winning them championships. And he got chokeslammed by Kane, the Big Red Machine. So, hey, shout out to you, man. Shout out to Kimber Mutombo.
Yeah, like you said, you talking about Mutombo playing with AI. I forgot all about that. I just remember him playing for the Hawks. That's what I remember, him playing for the Hawks. But yeah, he did play with AI. You know what I'm saying? They went and faced that monster. Them two monsters, that two-headed monster in 2001. I remember that. Oh, yeah. So, but yeah, he did play with them boys. But yeah, I just remember him playing. From my memory of him was playing for the Hawks. You know what I'm saying? He was one of our best players on the Hawks. Him and Muzzy Bowles, I think they was on the same team. But yeah, I know his son. I want to say his son's in the NBA now, or it's about to be in the NBA. But shout out to him, man. That was sad news. Like, dog, I didn't even know he had brain cancer. And like, so he out here having brain cancer, and I wish I would have known the person's name that was out here talking about, oh yeah, I was hollering at this girl, but she said
Shady McCoy.
Okay, there we go. That hoe, Shady McCoy. And out here, this man got brain cancer with a family, and you
talking about his side chick on a podcast, man.
Man, I'm tired of y'all lames and y'all suckers, man, spilling all the tea like some hoes. Like, man, leave that up to the women doing all the talking. Like, when did males start doing all the talking, telling all the stories? Some stories don't need to be told. You tell stories to your people, not to the world.
Cool. That story would have been cool if he didn't do the no. If you would have left it where nobody could figure out who it was, that would have been all right, bro.
No, he said his name, too.
Oh, he said his name. See, that's some whole shit right there. You supposed to tell the story in a way where we can't find out, but when the camera start rolling, you supposed to tell D-Jax. Yeah, that shit was Mutombo, nigga.
Yeah. It's like, come on, man. Like, y'all, that Pete Rose, you know what I'm saying? He lived his life. He should be in the Hall of Fame, but he lived his life. So man, if it was tears or no tears, I wouldn't have no tears for him. But I definitely got tears for Dikembe Mutombo. He was an Atlanta legend. You know what I'm saying? One of the best centers in the world. You know what I'm saying? He weighed that figure. You know, everybody's still doing that to this day. To this day, you know what I'm saying? But shout out to him.
Icon, definitely. I mean, he actually took it outside of basketball. You see him on commercials talking about. No, what was it? Was it the Midas? It was like Midas Touch or Midas Tires commercials he was doing. He's been on a lot of commercials with that trademark saying Georgetown legend. From highlights, I always see him in Denver. That's what I'm known for. But I mean, definitely. I mean, to come out, he came from that era where it was an African player who had a long ass name he couldn't pronounce. That was like, damn, that's a tall motherfucker. Hey, you ever played basketball before? So he came out of that era, man. But yeah, rest in peace to him. And then Pete Rose, man. You talking about holding a grudge, man. When they said to the day you die, you will never be in the Hall of Fame. When they said never, they fucking meant it.
So, geez, I'm asking you a question. I hate to cut you off, but when you said that it sparked a thing in my head. Like, 'cause I hear people talking about, oh, now he's probably a get in now since he died.
No, he'll never get in.
So what?
I don't think he'll ever get in.
Okay.
It's like, and especially now that he's passed, they're probably celebrating and pissing on his grave, talking about, yeah, motherfucker, I told you. Piece of shit. You know, there's people still from that era back then that still.
All because this nigga let's make this clear for the viewers. The reason why he's not in Hall of Fame, not because he gambled on games as a player. He had a Hall of Fame career as a player. So imagine if Michael Jordan decided to coach and gamble on games he coached. And we said you would not get an NBA Hall of Fame as a player for some shit you did as a coach.
Yeah, and from what I remember from all that, he only gambled on his team saying that they was going to win.
To win.
Yeah.
And now look at how big draft is with DraftKings,
and all this betting is like
Prize Picks, over and under, and all this gambling. You see these commercials with ESPN and all these sports leagues. Shit crazy, y'all.
I think that's the thing. Like, he did the Cardinal. Back then, it was the Cardinal sin. You don't, if you're inside, you're a coach. Like, players, there was always like a couple players that got caught doing it. But it was like, if you were a coach, it was like you were a general manager or a coach, they were like, you piece of shit. They hated him so much for that act. And it's just like, they were like, you tarnished the game. You're a piece of shit. This was supposed to be America's past. And I mean, when they said they held a grudge, they told that, man. They said, you will never be in the fucking Hall of Fame. They meant it. He took it to the grave. And now that he's passed, I don't even think they'll try to bring it. Anytime somebody tries to bring his name up, they're going to be like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. So, I mean, it just goes to show you, like, the tables have turned.
I think they're going to put him in now.
The tables have turned, man. It's just one of those things. Like, it was a big controversy. That's probably top 5 scandals, baseball history worldwide. Rest in peace to both those great players. Rest in peace to both of them.
Hey, man. So, an NBA player, a big man, a center, he's not as dominant as Dikembe was defensively, but offensively, he's a spectacular when he wants to be. Karl-Anthony Towns, a.k.a. Cat, that was part of a 3-team trade. The fundamental pieces of the trade was Cat going to New York to play with Jalen Brunson for Julius Randle, and for those who know him, Divicenzo. Yo, I really don't even have no thoughts on this trade in terms of like basketball, because my first thought was the T-Wolves needed to trade a big man because that shit with Cat and Rudy wasn't going to work out. But I feel like you traded the wrong one because Cat's such a much better offensive player. But then again, I don't know, man. Maybe you felt like you needed Rudy's defense more than you needed Cat's offense, because there's a lot of times Cat just doesn't show up offensively in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know, Julius Randle, when he's motivated, is a 25-10 type guy. When he's motivated, he can go out there and get you 15 rebounds in the game. He can get you every once in a while 30 points, but he can easily average 20 points in a season. Like when he's motivated and he wants to actually get on the glass and actually attack the basket.
I think when his wife allows him to do so, he does so.
You know, And Divicenzo, I don't see how he's going to start because that starting lineup stat, but him coming off the bench as a solid 3-point shooting, which that's what the T-Wolves need in the playoffs.
He's not a starting player, though.
You know, that is true. He was only starting the Knicks because the Knicks were so fucked up with injuries last year. But he's a solid defensive player. He's a role player. They could use him. As far as the Knicks, I see what you're trying to do, man. You're trying to get a second scorer to go with Jalen Brunson because in the playoffs, it became so painfully obvious that nobody else on that team could score except for Jalen Brunson. And so you would like to think if Cat can play, he can get 25 points. I'm just going to say this right here. He wasn't motivated to ball out in Minnesota and ain't shit in Minnesota. I just don't know how you take a nigga like him who's still relatively young, because Cat is not even 30. He's like maybe 27, 28. How do you take someone like that, put him in New York with all them distractions and expect him to just be amazing? And then with that coach, Tom Thibodeau is one of the most hard-nosed coaches in there. He don't like soft niggas. And Cat is kind of soft, so I don't even know how he's going to make it through the season dealing with that type of coaching, man. I mean, New York basketball, stand up.
I think it's a good move for New York and Minnesota because with Cat going to New York, his girlfriend's a famous girl, Jordan. You know what I'm saying? So
who's his girlfriend?
Jordan. She used to hang out with the Kardashians and them.
Yeah, that one. I didn't know he was dating anybody, man, with that high pitch voice.
So that's his girlfriend. So that's good. So she's good now. So it's like, and they've been together for a little while. So he ain't gonna have too many distractions because he gonna be focused on her. She happy now. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's gonna work out because he went from the West to the least. So.
Oh, he's making the All-Star team easily.
Yeah, so he went from the West, or should we say the best to the least?
Yeah.
So he's going to, and then with Julius Randle, I think he plays better. That's the thing about it with him. He plays with the ball. So it's like, so I guess they're going to play it off the ball with him and then give it to Ant. But it's like I don't see how that's. It's going to be interesting with that. And then he's coming off an injury. Divicenzo, who cares about him? Like, he's irrelevant. One of the reasons why he got a role because of Jalen Brunson was giving him the ball. You know what I'm saying? I think in Minnesota he's probably gonna be forgotten. He has his best years in New York, man, but whatever, man.
Man, his best years in Villanova. Stand up.
Man, he ain't do too much there either, man. The other boys did.
They did say this was the breakup. They was trying to bring back the Nova boys together, but they said fuck that. I really think the T-Wolves got the better end of the deal. Cat, I can't see Cat doing. I can't see him doing that well, and he could, but I don't think he's gonna do well under the Knicks system. It's just like Brunson. I don't really see him doing well. And then on the other end with the T-Wolves, Brunson's a touch-and-go player. With Edwards, I think that dynamic in the backcourt is going to work out better for him. And the Tenzo, like, come on, he's coming off the bench, he's a three-shooter. Even in the Knicks, he was,
being three type of guy.
He's got to be set in his shots. You got to set him up for his shots. He's probably going to come off the bench. Yeah, Nova Boys over New York. It's a different look. Randle's just a bucket getter, man. I think it's going to boost them a little bit, but New York Knicks, I don't know, man. I don't know.
And man, going to Thursday night football. Now we told you how that Hurricane Helen, fucked the city up, in Georgia. Man, the Falcons came through Thursday night over the Bucs, though, man.
You gotta tell me what city it messed up, though.
I mean, it messed up a lot of places in Georgia, but
not like it messed up the city.
But we in the AUG CSRA 706 every day, y'all. And the Falcons came through. Hey, my brother hit me up. TTK was like, man, so Kirk Cousins good now? And I said, man, that nigga old as that shit, bro. The way he been playing before this game, man. And MGH asked me the same thing, man. He good now? Nah, man. He owed us that shit. He need at least 2 more games like this.
And what I told you when they said that you said he owed us that. I said, nah, he ain't owe us that. That's what he's supposed to do.
Yeah, when you pay a nigga that kind of money, you pay him to do this type of shit, man. You know, the great Matt Ryan was in the house.
He owes a Super Bowl.
Yeah, the great Matt Ryan was in the house, got into the Falcon Hall of Fame, man. He deserved it. And Kirk showed his ass that night and did what he was to do. Drake London, you showed up, nigga. But you a big 6'5" receiver. It's about damn time we seen you this season, nigga. Like, bruh, he kept wanting one route where he would just run in the middle of the field, turn around for like 5 yards. Nigga, that's all you need to do at 6'5" with that back frame. I don't know why we just forgot to do that shit this week, bruh. Like, you don't have to run down the field and catch posts and flies all game. If they taking that away, nigga, just get the ball in this big nigga hands. Man, Pitts, nigga, thank God. About time. Mooney, we got you from Chicago. People was telling me, yeah, that's going to be a good pickup for y'all, man. He's a good receiver. Nigga, I ain't seen it till Thursday night. Nigga, about time
Last
you showed
3 weeks I seen it.
About time you showed up in a big fucking way, man. A big fucking way. And then, you know, on the bro, that game when the touchdown was sweet, nigga. Like, soon as old boy caught that shit and cut up field, I saw he gone. He gone. I lost money on prize picks, bro, because I needed, you know, Chris Godwin or Bruce Irvin, the running back, to get a touchdown, man. But I'm okay because we won. I told y'all a couple weeks ago, man, after we beat the Eagles, we had the Chiefs, we had the Saints, and we had the motherfucking Bucs up. We didn't have to win all 3. We just had to win 2 out of the 3. We lost the first one on the front end, but we won the other 2 on the back end. And now
we could have won that one too.
We could have. And now looking at the schedule, it looks like we don't have any games that we should lose if they play well. The Cowboys game is touch and go. I will say this, after this weekend, we'll get into it. We'll get into it more in the last weekend sports segment. But the Vikings might be a tougher game than I thought they might be. But hey, man, we can easily go 11 wins, maybe 12, man. So, hey, man, rise up.
Yeah, it was a good game. I wish I could have watched the whole game, but Hurricane Helen, man, had me stressed out, tired. Like, man, like, yeah, I finally got some lights and water on, but it's like, still, man, went back to work, but it's like, still, like, maybe I was off 2 or 3 days, yes. We had a long weekend, but I wasn't relaxing. I was tired, so I couldn't watch the whole game, but I was excited for the game. I had me some food, had me a little drink, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to watch the game. Second quarter coming, I'm fading in and out. I was like, man, I'm about to go get in the bed. Couldn't even make it to halftime, man. But, man, shout out to them Falcons, man. And like you say, he didn't owe us that. That's what he's supposed to do.
Yep.
He owes us a conference finals. That's what he owes us.
Get to the NFC title game, boy.
That's what he owes us. And I don't want to. He owed us a Super Bowl win. Like, you can get your Super Bowl now, but I don't want to see you. I don't want to see you face the Ravens or the Chiefs, because I want to see them boys win. But yeah, man, shout out to them.
Hey, man. So moving on to college, man. You know, there were some games this weekend. I only really want to touch on one real thing, man. Austin Genty, the running back from Boise State, man, he's having a hell of a year, man. I think Travis Hunter is the best player in college football this year, but what he's doing at running back for Boise State, and this is somebody who I've been a Boise State fan since I was in middle school. Like, I love the way they, field look. When they had Eon Johnson, the running back, when they had Kellen Moore, the quarterback, I used to fuck with that team. I remember when they beat Oklahoma with that Statue of Liberty play in the bowl game. It's going to be interesting to see if Boise State, they're ranked at 21. They won the game this weekend. It'll be interesting if they can hit that top 12 and make the college football playoff. But definitely, I think whether they make it or not, if he can keep this up, and Rose told me he ain't going to catch Barry Sanders' record of 2,600 rushing yards, because he's at 1,000 something right now. Now he has a better pace than what Barry had. But bruh, You got to get 1,600 more yards in 7 games. That means you really got to crank it up. And most of the time, that second half of the season is going to be a little bit tougher. You're going to get banged up. You're going to get injuries. You're going to face tougher schools. But if you can just stay on track what you're doing now, you ain't got to catch Barry. Just get 2,000 yards, get about 30 rushing touchdowns. I'm be honest, you should win the Heisman. And I don't know if we've had this happen in the last 15, 20 years unanimously. Like, there should be no one in the country that don't vote for you if you do what you're supposed to do, because it's not your fault that your team is not going to be a legit title contender. So, hey, shout out to you, bro. Keep on running, man. And Rose put me on you week 1 when you have 5 rushing touchdowns against his alma mater, Georgia Southern, man. So it's fun to watch. I hope you get a primetime game so that the whole nation can actually watch you in prime time.
Yeah, it's pretty much SEC football. What I'm going to talk about, man. What the fuck? Number 9, Mizzou. What the fuck are you doing? 10-41 against the Texas A&M. SEC West fucked up. I'm gonna step out, talk about ACC. Miami, great comeback against Cal. Nail biter at the end. Tennessee, Arkansas. Tennessee, you were at the top of the world. So hyped. So fucking hyped when you lose to Arkansas.
Because they're not greater.
Not. And
they're not greater than Arkansas.
And then
Arkansas is greater.
And then Alabama, the number 1, supposed to just coming off the win in Georgia. UGA, you took down the champs. You took down the Titans. You lose the fucking Vanderbilt. When's the last time anybody's thought of this school? When their school was playing. That's the only time you think of him.
Skip.
That's it. And the Heisman race is going to be interesting. This was basically upset week. If there was a week of upsets, this was the week of it.
Yeah, so shout out to Georgia. They played the Deep South oldest rivalry. You know what I'm saying? Auburn.
Shout out, I didn't even know that.
So that was a great game. Me and Vertizi watched that game. And if anybody never seen that movie, it's on Netflix right now. It's the top 10. Watch the movie Greater.
Brandon Burlsworth, y'all.
Yeah, so watch that movie Greater. So it's on Netflix right now.
We saw the Arkansas game too.
We watched the Arkansas game play Tennessee.
And what you kept saying the whole game, bro.
You got to be greater than that. You got to be greater than that.
Every time somebody missed a tackle, y'all, he was like, "Man, come on, you got to be greater.
You got to be greater.
Nigga, catch a touchdown. I told you got to be greater.
You got to be greater." And they boys came back and they
won.
Greater. And they won. It was fun to watch that because it's like, dog. Because it was funny because me and Vertizi was talking about the movie, and they showed the Brian's his foundation.
All of them was wearing them glasses.
And all of them had the glasses on, so I was confused. I said, I know all of them ain't slow and got glasses on, 4 eyes. But I said, oh, no, they wearing the glasses because of him. And I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, man. But yeah, that was a great game.
And quarterback for the other team, yeah, you a whole time about. I watched that movie all the time.
Oh yeah, for Tennessee.
I seen that movie one time. That's all I needed.
That was enough.
Yes,
you only gotta watch it once.
Sad, bro.
You only gotta watch it once.
We know what happened. The man did not live. He died before he signs an NFL contract after all that hard work he did.
Yeah, you only gotta watch that movie once. I'm like, yeah, I watched that movie all the time. Like, well, you should have went to Arkansas then. Maybe y'all would have lost then. Yeah, if you was there.
Why you from Tennessee then, homeboy?
Yeah, because that's the reason. You the reason why they lost because you wasn't greater. So, but that game, too bad Colorado ain't played yesterday. But Alabama and Vanderbilt, like C said,
please talk about that.
That was we watched it. I wasn't watching the game. I was watching it, but I was keeping up with the score and everything. I'm like, dog, Vanderbilt's up. They was up the whole game. They was up the whole game from the first half, from the first quarter, second quarter. They was up the whole game.
Try to make a comeback. They didn't come back, still lost the damn game.
Yes, but so Georgia, man, y'all should have beat them boys. Like, what's going on, Kirby? What's going on, man? I thought it was Nick Saban was the big bad wolf on your back. Was that monkey on your back?
Who was the last one? Did Texas lose yet?
No, Texas is number one now.
They didn't play yesterday.
Yeah, so Texas is number 1 now. Then we got Ohio State at number 2. Then we got Oregon at number 3.
Georgia should be number 4.
Georgia stayed at 5.
So who jumped to Georgia to be 4?
Miami. No. Miami's number 6. Oh, number 4. Who was number 4? But I can't remember who's number 4. But they jumped. Somebody jumped Georgia. Georgia's still number 5.
That's wild, man. Hey, Curry, man, you got to get off fast in the first half, bro.
Yeah.
That shit is disgusting, man. Hey, one last thing.
Penn State.
Hey, one last thing, man. Hey, this college football playoffs is gonna be interesting because we got teams who've already taken early losses, and they got to face some of these teams we just mentioned that they're battling right now. So it's gonna be interesting to see can some of these teams make it with 2 losses. But we said it when we was watching the Arkansas game in Tennessee. SEC ain't no off days, bro. Because even a sorry school like Arkansas and Vanderbilt can rise up and whoop that ass, y'all. Mm-hmm. So week 5 in the NFL, man. It started with a bang, with a long touchdown run in overtime by the Falcons. Mm-hmm. Hey, man.
Let me jump on that first.
Let's go.
Hey, man. Lamar Jackson. That boy almost had a perfect game. Then fumbled the snap like an idiot. I was like, dawg, why you do that? And then the buddy missed that field goal.
I jumped up when I saw it. I said, that's what the fuck I'm talking about. That's what the fuck I'm talking about.
He missed that field goal, and then he was able to redeem himself. I'm like, man, that game was so good. I remember Verchese said, I think 3 weeks ago, Joe Burrow, where you at? You got to show up. Joe Burrow, where you at?
Man, this is the first game I've seen him play where he put up huge numbers. Let's keep that real, y'all, because he threw for almost 400 yards and like 4 or 5 touchdowns. I ain't seen him. He ain't done that before.
Mm-hmm. I want to say the game against Washington, they didn't punt the ball. Neither one of them punted the ball. That was
but he ain't put up no 405 touchdowns.
Yeah, I don't know what the numbers was, but him and Lamar.
Oh, this is an old school.
They both
QB gunsling matchup.
They both had perfect games until Burrow threw an interception. They was able to tie it. Then the Ravens were able to tie the game. And then they was gonna put the game away. Dog on Lamar. Oh my goodness, man, that was a great game, man. That's the only game I want to talk about, man. It was a great game.
Lamar, man, MVP, bro. MVP, man. if he continues to play like he's playing, because last season they was just winning, he didn't put the numbers up like that. This year, we seeing the Lamar that won the unanimous MVP. That's the kind of numbers we seen. I want to make sure everybody understands that if Lamar wins another MVP, he's already, to me, an NFL Hall of Famer. He's certifiably an NFL Hall of Famer, bro, because he's going to start hitting the territory that's unheard of, 3 MVPs this early in his career. And I'm going to be real, it's crazy because we got Pat Mahomes and Lamar in the same era of football. Like, people don't understand. That's like John Elway and Dan Marino and Joe Montana all playing in the 80s. That's like, Brett Favre and Troy Aikman in the 90s. That's like Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. And then it passed on to Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady in the 2010s. Like, to be honest, I said this weeks ago.
It's more like
it's my bad.
It's more like Jordan and everybody else.
Yeah, because it's Pat Mahomes and Lamar, and there's nobody else in their fucking league. Like, there's nobody else in the league. It's them 2 niggas battling for who's the baddest motherfucker. And after that, it's nobody else. Man, Joe Burrow, you show it up, man. You gotta win, though, bro. You gotta win, nigga. If you want me to keep you in that top 5, you lost today. You threw a pick when
you're not in the top 5.
You threw a pick. Yeah. Hey, people got him. I got him top 5. But you threw a pick today when you need the most to that sorry nigga Marlon Humphrey.
He ain't sorry.
I ain't gonna. Hey, he be getting burnt.
Everybody get burnt nowadays, but
Marlon get burnt a lot, dog. Marlon get burnt a lot.
That's because the defense that they play man a lot, though.
Hey, if you one of them boys, bro, you should be happy to be playing man. Vikings beat the Jets. I was so happy to see that. Sam Darnold, you got your revenge on the sorry New York Jets. Like, you went out there, you didn't play amazing, but you won. Like, you did what the Jets didn't think you could do. You 5-0 right now, my nigga. Like, he 5-0. I don't think, is there another undefeated team in the league right now? It's just the Chiefs, right? It's just the Chiefs. So it's him and the Chiefs. They undefeated. Sam Darnold, like, you ain't gonna win league MVP. You ain't even gonna be contention for, in my opinion. But you are a prime example of what happens when you can finally get to a team and an organization that has things in place. Justin Jefferson, you showing you a bad motherfucker. Because Justin Jefferson, you doing it no matter who the quarterback is. Last season, you had 1,000 yards, and you only played like 9 games, and you had like 3 different quarterbacks. This season, you thought you were going to have JJ. Sam Darnold stepped in, and you got 92 yards today and 7 catches. You've been playing good every game, bro. You showing that, I'm going to keep real. No disrespect to y'all other niggas. This is the best receiver in the league. Yeah. And it's not close.
And I'm so mad because I had a chance to draft him, man, fantasy. And I took St. Ross, but that's a good pick. Yeah, but
he ain't Justin.
He ain't T.O.
He ain't Justin.
He ain't T.O. Like, that's like, oh, yeah, you should probably pick this guy over T.O.
And that's who the receiver was. Garrett Wilson got shut down by the 49ers, and that nigga Jack said, man, hey, other teams don't cover me the same as the receivers. And he went out there and put a dub on them niggas' head over 100 yards.
So what's up with Sauce?
Shit, man, nigga didn't even play today, man. Yeah, he didn't even play today. Nigga was hurt. But guess what? The best.
No, he came up there with a suit. He said,
"Nah, nigga didn't play today, man."
Nah, I think he played. He just got burnt all game.
Now, if he did play, he got hurt because I remember they said that he was out for injury. But the best corner in the league did play and had a 100-yard return touchdown. Patrick Surtain.
Oh, yeah. I thought that was AJ Terrell.
And the last game I want to talk about is the Commanders versus the Browns. I just told y'all on the last episode what Jaden Daniels did to Kyler Murray. Jaden Daniels, look what he did to Sean Watson. This is a fucking rookie. Outplaying these niggas who've been in the league for 5 to 7 years, man. Deshaun, nigga, your time is up, nigga. Like, your time is up. Nigga, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was mad when we didn't sign him. I'm so happy you didn't come to Atlanta, nigga. Because, nigga, I don't know what happened after all them rape allegations and the massage parlor.
Man, he went to Cleveland.
But, hey, maybe it might be Cleveland. But, damn, man. Hey, Jaden Daniels, you looking amazing.
Yeah, he got paid $240 million guaranteed. Why would I want to win? Why would I want to play?
And I'm be real. When you playing good, Jaden, it kind of pisses me off a little bit. Because I keep thinking to myself, bro, we should have lost more games last year in Atlanta.
What I kept saying last year.
Hey, we got to get
we got to get this guy. We got to get this guy. We didn't need top 2 picks.
And look what he's doing in Washington with less talent. Nigga, if he was in Atlanta with what we got, oh my God, bro. So that's the last thing. Jaden Daniels is the truth. This is your last week to jump on the Jaden Daniels train. If you don't do it this week, we're going to ride this bus and we ain't stopping for nobody, bro.
Young Chris, you might be the whole of the week. I told you. Come on, he's a 2 pick. Now, I told you.
Hey, that 2 pick making these NFL defenses look suspect. See?
I ain't really get to watch a lot of games. My cable's still out, of course. I did see that stiff arm from Lamar, though. I was like, oh, he's going to get sacked. He's going to get sacked. I was wrong.
Oh, when he dropped the ball, that was one. Yeah,
that was nice.
Yeah, that was nice. Thank you, Cease, for bringing that up. That was nice.
So I did see that with all the other games, man. I wasn't that excited for this game this week, but hey, y'all said y'all spiel already.
Your team about to play.
They on now.
They was down 3 when I last checked.
It's 3-3 now, man. Pitt got this one.
When they gonna put Russell in?
He's in the pocket. If the boy gets hurt, if Fields gets hurt, he'll come out and do his thing.
So never?
Probably never. He's a coach now. He's a secondary coach.
That's what's up.
You might have some tears tonight if your team lose, C's. Moving on to TNT, y'all.
Dynamite.
Boom. So we lost 2.
Hurricane.
We lost 2 acting legends this week. One is bigger than the other, but one was in such a historic franchise. They both work with the great Eddie Murphy. So we lost John Amos. Most of y'all know him from Good Times. He was also in Coming to America. He was in Players Club, with Ice-T and them. And for those who from my generation, you might have recognized him as the uncle in My Baby Daddies with Eddie Griffin and Anthony Anderson. Then we also lost John Ashton, who was in a baseball movie called Little Big League and the Beverly Hills Cop series, which just dropped the 4th movie. And I'm so happy that he was able to be in the movie before he passed away. I got tears of sadness. I seen Little Big League when I was a kid. He was basically the manager of the baseball team. It was the movie where basically you had a little kid who basically became the owner of the team, for those who know it. And he was great in that movie. But the Beverly Hills Cops movie he's great in those movies. Like, he's so serious in those movies compared to Eddie and the other white guy that it makes him funny because of how serious he is in the movie. And then in the last movie, he's so old, and it's like he's like the police commissioner or something, and it's like, man, I'm too old for this shit. He's drinking like Pepto-Bismol because he's getting sick of all the shit that's happening. Like, hey man, rest in peace. But John Amos, you a legend, bro. You a legend, man. You had so many roles in the black community, and it's so crazy because it just seems like in 2024 we done lost so many black kings and queens, so many people that have uplifted the black community. I sent some videos to Rose and my brother PCK this week on TikTok of John Amos being in The Fresh Prince and then also being in Martin. And we just did an episode talking about who was better, Martin or Fresh Prince, and you were so legendary, you was in both. And I forgot that you was Lisa's dad and you had that funny dynamic with Will, man. So I'm going to love your movies and Come to America. I thought you was funny, man, as the girl's father, man. And I thought you was amazing, in Good Times and some of the other movies I've seen, especially for me. Like I said, I love the movie My Baby's Daddy. If you haven't seen it, it got Eddie Griffin in it. It got the white guy from Sopranos, and it got Anthony Anderson, and he played the uncle. And my favorite line was he was talking to the white boy saying, "You so fucked up because your bitch fucking with another woman. But if I was your age back in my day, I would have had both them bras in the kitchen butt naked with flip-flops on cooking me breakfast." That's some player shit. And if you know how he died, he meant that shit. Tears.
Yeah, I got tears too, man, for him. It was so funny because I seen a picture, and he was sitting down in the beach chair, and there was a hoe beside him, and she said, "Oh, rest in peace. I remember this day when I put this pussy on you so good you couldn't move. But the next morning I had you knocked out.
We got a cold case.
I had you knocked out." And like, dog, really, shawty? Really? Like, I'm pretty sure it was true, but really, shawty, like, I know you got worms, but man, shout out to him, man. I remember him from Good Times. It brought me back memories when they showed a clip of him where he was like, I'm a good nigga. I'm a good nigga.
Oh, Roots, yeah.
I'm a good, I forgot all about that. Toby?
Don't send me away, master. Be's a good nigga.
My dog. Why? He was swole up too, boy. And it's crazy because in Good Times, remember how his hair was? He was only 30-something.
Hey, that was a different time. 30 looked different than it do now.
And 30 looked different in the 90s and the 80s, boy.
And that Sherman Hemsley going on. All that. Yeah, definitely one of the Titans, man. He's been around for a long time in the acting game. A movie I don't really think of too often, but it comes up. What's that movie with Sidney Poitier and Cosby?
I Spy?
I think it was I Spy, but it was a part where it was like,
or Uptown Shuffle, one of the two.
Uptown Shuffle.
Hollywood Shuffle.
He was like, yeah, get out of town, Jack. But that whole scene, and then like this man literally died. He died in August, man. That's the thing is, literally had a delayed announcement. Said why, told his son, hey, don't release it. His whole debacle with his daughter, she talked about, I found out over the internet that father passed away, blah, blah, blah. So they had a strange relationship. I can see why he wanted it delayed, but, rest in peace. A lot of iconic roles. And one of the biggest things he's going to be remembered for was taking that stance on Good Times, saying, hey, we got to stop this ignorant stuff. And then they literally killed his character off. Remaining cast members still talk about, hey, that was really the turning point in the show. They wanted him to stick around. So rest in peace.
Yeah, man. So moving on to something else that was very talked about this week. So if you've been on social media for the last 2 years and you like to listen to these podcasts or these interviews with celebrities or these people close to celebrities, Jaguar Wright, that pussy's been hot for 2 years. But it finally went national this week. She went on the Piers Morgan show, which is a popular show, I want to say, in London or whatever. Because I don't think it's an American show, but it's a very popular, talk show.
I think that shit's on YouTube.
Yeah, it's on YouTube, but he's based out of London, I want to say, or Britain. But basically, she went on there and she said what she's been saying for 2 years. All these niggas is in on it. All these niggas is friends. She didn't just say Jay-Z. She said Sean Carter is friends with Clive Davis, which I know how you feel about Clive Davises, and Puff Daddy Sean Combs, P. Diddy, and then basically he been fucking underage girls. He been trafficking people too. Yo, I got tears of laughter hearing this shit because I've been watching plenty of Jaguar Wright videos. I think I sent some to some of y'all, to be honest, before we even started talking about this, because that bitch be snapping. Like, she be snapping and she be so into what the fuck she talking about. I don't know if anything she said is true. I will say this though. Vlad said that the bitch is, she said, hey, the bitch is conspiracy theory. She always has been that. I will say this, man. Where there's smoke, there's fire, bro. Because I will say this. Said this a couple weeks ago. You cannot be a billionaire with a B and be genuinely a good person, bro. So I wouldn't be surprised if Jay-Z is somehow part of this shit. I'm not saying that he fucked any underage girls, but did he know?
Except for Foxy Brown.
Yeah. I mean, Dame Dash was on the kind of podcast talking about that and said, I don't want to touch it. But I feel like he at least knew about some of this shit. Because there's no way you can hang out with these people, make money with these people, go to these people party, and you don't know nothing. You don't know nothing. Hey, I want to see if you going to respond, Jay-Z, because you normally don't respond to shit, but this shit was like in such a big stage. I want to know if this is going to be the first time we see Jay-Z come out and make a statement, or are you going to do what you always do, which is just be quiet and just see if it just pass away?
He already made a statement. You ain't see that Beyonce commercial with Levi? You know what I'm saying? When she took her pants off in the laundromat. He already responded. You ain't see she released the Sir Davis.
What's that?
You know what I'm saying?
My ass?
Yeah.
Is that what that means?
Yeah, he already responded. Like, he ain't got to respond. He got the baddest in the game.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? He been doing the thing. He was probably hitting that when she was 17 too. So it's like he been doing this. This ain't new to him. It's true to him.
He ain't new to this. He true to this.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's just what it is. All of them did that. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was in the 90s. All them old niggas was messing with these young girls. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was in the 90s. I remember. I was in school in the 90s. I seen these people pulling up in the high school. Like, literally, like, people say, oh, yeah, I remember this. These young people saying this. Like, nah. In the 90s, people got 22. Their baby mama 15, 14. Now, you don't see that no more because you see that. He in jail. But then, it was okay. It wasn't okay, but people didn't press charges back then.
Facts.
They didn't press charges, but everybody knew it was wrong. They just didn't press charges. Now, people pressing charges.
Patients don't need that no more.
So it's like
either that or the bitch won't tell you who her baby daddy is.
Exactly. So it's like, no. So that's how it was in the 60s, and 70s, and the 80s. It was worse than that.
Way worse.
It was worse than that. So it's like, so don't act like this something new. It ain't nothing new. They've been doing this. It's just that now they're trying to bring it back on people. But like, everybody been doing this. All the white folks been doing this. But once you start getting a certain amount of money, that's when the white folks will come at you. They go say, that's why they got Diddy. He sued the liquor company. Oh yeah, you want to bite? Okay. All right, I got you. Now all of a sudden, all this is coming out. All of a sudden, like all this been out now. He been did this, but it ain't come out until after he won that settlement with the liquor company. Man, you can't liquor, alcohol, pharmacy drugs, and guns. You don't mess with them people. Once you start messing with them people, you gonna find out who you is, especially if you're a black man.
Yeah, Jaguar Wright's been saying things for a while. I will say she does look a little crazy. The way she was talking on Piers Morgan, she literally did one of those Orlando Brown type of zone outs where she just staring into the camera talking. It's like, is it a trope? Are you just trying to get people to pay attention to you? What you're saying? Is it an act? And it's like there's the side conversations of her with her son and all this other shit. But the truth is probably coming out. The truth is coming out. All these music executives and producers, from Clive Davis, Kevin Lighty, they all probably in cahoots with each other. Were in cahoots with each other back in the day. And it's like, hey, it's getting to the point now. It's like, with all this shit, more people coming out, more people suing. The shit, the plausible deniability is going out the window. So it's probably some truth to this shit. But I mean, she does look crazy.
So DBG recently said on a podcast, your 9 to 5 should fund your business. Also, by the way, you know, his baby mama is Haley Bailey, and recently they broke up, and he made a post saying the bitch can't suck dick, her head game is
That
trash.
was fake. It was proven that was fake.
Oh, it was fake? Okay, cool. I got tears of just like, what the fuck? Because I'm okay with everyone wanting to be a business owner, but if everyone's a business owner, who's gonna work these businesses? Like, people, like there's nothing wrong with having a 9 to 5, punching somebody's clock for 25, 30 years, getting paid and collecting your pension, your 401k, your retirement or whatever. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with bettering yourself and starting a business. But this whole trying to downplay working a 9 to 5 and making it seem like something's wrong with that and you gotta own your own business. Some people don't desire that. You know, some people are okay going to work and making their money or whatever. Some people are okay not taking the risk. Because when you decide to own your business, let's keep in mind, you take the risk. It's documented. Ice Cube said he could have made way more money had he just spent the $100K on the First Friday movie, but then Lionsgate said we'll pay for it, and if it bombs, we'll take the loss. There's something to be said for willing to take the loss, because if you decide to start your own business, it's not going to always be a situation where you're going to make profits the first year. Statistically, the first 2 years you don't make no money, you lose money, and in the third year you start making money. So are you okay being in the black for the first 2 years? And are you okay never making no real money, just always just having a little bit more money than not? Mark Cuban said some dumbass shit to me. He said, hey, I'd rather make $50,000 a year and own my own business than make, I think he said 250, $250,000 or 500,000, but I be an employee. Man, sign me up to be an employee, man. Because when you're an employee, guess what? When you go home and you cut that phone off, hey, you done. When you own the business, like these people who the hurricane, they got to pay for these damages. They got to call the insurance companies. They taking the losses and shit some of the time. Now, yeah, some of them know how to do tax write-ups and stuff, but the employees, all you really worried about is like, damn, man, I might not get paid this week because of X, Y, Z. Now, if you got a job where they still pay you, you good. But if you a business owner, yeah, you the one who had to take the hit this week. And then you had to go on social media like Dwayne Stokes and some of these other niggas and have to hear about people saying, man, these club owners always want y'all to come to their clubs, but they ain't give y'all no free food this week. They ain't give you no place to charge your phones. They ain't do this. So now you got to turn around when you already done lost money and go and give away more free money so you can have goodwill with the community. So when you open the clubs back up, guess what, C's? They actually bring their black ass to your clubs.
Yeah, it's always you always see these clips of people who are in a position where they're already paid. You got people like rappers and actors and stuff like that making these videos where like, oh, you should own your own business. And you look at all these other podcasts and all these other they call it the coursework. It's basically, oh, I'll show you how to start your own business, but you got to buy my course for $5.99 or $60 or $1,000. And most of them are making their money off of selling courses rather than just giving out the information for free. When you own a business, it's 24/7. You can say, oh, but on my own. You are now working for your customers. Because guess what? If you're not in an industry where people don't need your service or there's an alternative, guess what? Most people are going to go to the alternative. Yes, you.
Hey, real quick, MJ said this before. I just want to say this real quick. You said something that struck a nerve. People get saying, I don't want to have a boss. Even if you're a business owner, your customers are your bosses. And then for these publicly trading businesses, you got stockholders you got to answer to, man. So no matter what, there's somebody you got to fucking answer to most of the time.
You can't just say, oh, I own my own business. I'm going to take tomorrow off. You can, because you got clientele. And then if not, guess what? You're the boss now. Guess what you got to do? If you're not going to do it yourself, guess what you got to do? You got to have employees. So it's the same cycle. It goes from being an employee to being a boss. It's 24/7. Another stance I say is stop. It's just like college versus trade schools, a job versus going to school. And there's a couple of other comparisons I can't think of right now, but tell the whole damn story. If you're going to start a business, learn the industry. Don't just say, oh, I think I want to start a logging company. Okay, what does it take to start a logging company? You need a truck. You need equipment. There's costs. Learn business. Like, actually do this. You're doing this talking. You're talking. Do it. But actually learn it. Learn the trade. Don't just say, oh, I'm going to do this. You got to put the work in and you got to actually learn what it is you want to do. Have a plan. Lay it out. Put the steps in. It's not simply like, oh, I'm going to start a logging company. Oh, I'm going to start a landscaping business. You got to learn. There's steps. Stop seeing everybody that's at the height. Whether it's been 25 years, 5 years, 10 years, 2 years, where they're in the process. Stop looking at everybody else. Learn from them, but start your own process. You got a dream. You got to put in the work to make it work.
Hey, man. A lot of these businesses be getting tax breaks and stuff like that. A lot of these business owners, we want to vote Republican, and a lot of them want to vote Trump because they feel like that's going to be the best for their business. There's this black girl at this HBCU. I forgot the HBCU sees. I don't know if
it's FAMU.
FAMU, okay. FAMU. I actually know someone who graduated from there. And she was on the track team, so shout out to her. But there was this black girl who from FAMU and said that, hey, she wants to start a Republican chapter at her university. Now, there have been Republican chapters at HBCUs before. I want to say 4 to 5. It's not very common because, traditionally most black people do vote with Democratic. Now, the school said they have no problem with her doing it. Now, the issue is they have to find a professor who's willing to sponsor it because I guess that's how it's done sees. Somebody has to be willing to sponsor it in terms of faculty staff. I don't have no tears, man, because, bitch, what is you trying to sell? What is you trying to promote? Like, you trying to feed black people on some shit that's not beneficial to us. Like, especially during a time period where the Republican Party does not benefit the black people. And I don't want to make it seem like, if you black, you can't vote Republican. Nah, you can, but right now during this time period, when we got the face of the Republican Party being Donald J. Trump, yeah, if you black and you decide to vote for that party, something's wrong with you, bro. Now, when the Republican Party decides to, have someone like Vivek Ramsey, Governor Christie, Haley from South Carolina, North Carolina, the senator or congresswoman, have these people from the party, or when they decide maybe someone like J.D. Vance, who I've heard him speak, He seemed like a reasonable young guy. Like he's in his 40s. I just feel like we need to go younger, bro. We need to stop just trying to give power to these old people, man. Right now, hey, until the Republican Party says we're going to have a black person be the nominee of this party and not just an old white guy, you don't represent the country, man. Because this is not 1965 no more. We at the point of this country, white people, y'all still the majority, but it's like a lot closer to y'all not being just the dominant majority no more, man. Like a lot of people, like it's a lot of minorities out here now, man. So yeah, man, what is you trying to sell, bitch, bro? We don't need that shit in no HBCU. So keep that shit pushing to me.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason I got tears for her is she's trying to do something and she got no support for it. So it's like, even if they these
what you mean she got no support? The school said we cool.
No. I'm talking about from the professors. You remember they had to have an advisor?
Yeah, man, but why am I gonna support something that I'm not a party of?
I'm saying it from a stance of the only diversity of thought. That's it. There's no.
So you want somebody that votes Democratic to sponsor a Republican chapter?
I'm not saying I agree with her. I'm just saying when you have different thought trains and you say, hey, we need different thoughts rather than going with what's the majority, it's like, okay, I could kind of give a little leeway for her case. I don't agree with the shit, but it's like, shit, I didn't even know they had Republican. I didn't know that shit was a thing. So this is like new information to me, but it's kind of like, you sticking with your stance. Okay, they didn't support you, whatever,
Yeah, I ain't got no tears for her, man. Like, it's cool that she was doing what she wanted to do. People make clubs every day, you know what I'm saying, at colleges. They go keep making clubs. So make your club. If nobody joins it, if somebody does join it, it's okay. Do your thing. Don't let nobody discourage you. If that's what you believe in, run with that. Because ain't nothing wrong with that. Can't nobody hold you down, man. Live your dreams, young lady.
Hey, man, talking about living your dreams, man. So, the HIV virus is very serious, man. And it was a pandemic in the 80s and 90s. So there was a white man on a podcast recently talking about how he be going on dates.
I thought he was a transformer.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, there was a transgender person on a podcast saying they don't feel the need to disclose that they have HIV on the first date. They view it like diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. Like, is that something you should just release immediately on the first date?
I heard my chest on that.
I'll say this, man. First of all, shout out to Magic Johnson, man. Because you got the cure and you don't want to give niggas the cure. So shout out to you, dog. Secondly, bruh, you damn right you better tell me about that shit. Huh?
He gave it to Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, Charlie Sheen got the cure too. Cause that nigga came out and said he had AIDS, and next thing you know,
tiger blood.
This nigga's still alive. Bro, why you ain't dead, Charlie? But yeah, man, bro. You need to tell me that when we first started talking. To be honest, that shit need to be on your profile, bro. In the bio of your profile. I'm just saying, bro. Just like how you have kids, because you got something that the way it is today, you can't get rid of. Even if that's what the government tells you. The government says we can't get rid of it. But
it's like when they said that they have TS in their profile.
Yeah, that need to be in your profile too.
TS, HIV positive.
Even if you want to clean it up. HIV survivor. Clean it up, make it look all pretty.
You ain't a survivor because you still got it.
PrEP user.
That's all that shit. Let me know. Because I might swipe left now. I might see that shit. Oh, let me swipe left. So yeah, bro. Hey, you need to let people know, bro, because eventually the relationship is gonna turn sexual. And I need to determine what the fuck I'm gonna do if I'm talking to a bitch that got HIV. And if your response is, oh, if you put a condom on or if you take PrEP, you're going to be good and it's almost untraceable. Man, fuck all that shit and John Candy, man. I don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah, it's almost like we had that conversation when Miss Nicole said we were talking about the shawty with Buddy was trying to buy the herpes from her. It's like, she told him straight up, like, hey, I got this from Jump Street. It's in her profile. Like, This is what I do. This is what I have. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still a freak. Like, so I'm still gonna live my life. But so it's like you said something real about this. I don't. They should have it in their profile. You know what I'm saying? Or whatnot. That's just how it should. That's just how it should be. Because it's not going to. If somebody wants to date you, they go and date you regardless. It's because they dating all these other people. So I don't know, man. Like that's why you should wrap it up, stay monogamous. You know what I'm saying? Get with 1, 2, 3 people at the most. You know what I'm saying? Get your team and stick to it, and have your team strong. That you know, like, hey, my team's strong and smart. And that they ain't gonna venture out too far. You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy out here, man. It's like, and then people are getting freakier nowadays. So it's like
Niggas eating ass.
Yeah, man.
Like sticking their whole tongue down people's booty hole and stuff, not knowing that booty hole got HIV in it.
Yeah, dudes using their tongues as dude wipes. So it's like
bitches over here. I be seeing videos, bitches holding the dick up and they licking niggas' assholes and sucking the balls and sucking the gooch. Come on, what y'all got going on, man?
What you got going on? What videos you watching?
Like
what you got going on?
Guys, when you go on Pornhub, you be strolling or whatever, and you know, for those who be on porn, by the time you get to like the 8th little section or whatever, the shit start getting a little too much. And I'm like, hold on, is this bitch? And when you just click the video, before you click on it, when you strolling, it'll play like a clip, and you see the bitch doing some crazy shit. I'm like, yo, man, can't no bitch suck my dick like that, because there's no manly way to pin your legs behind your head. And nah, man, shit too much.
That's enough. TMI.
It is basically vital information when you're having relations with somebody. It's something that needs to be known. It's like, yes, I have kids. Yes, I have a car. Or, hey, I have cancer or anything else. Like, you have any type of thing that is going to affect somebody's life and livelihood, you should put it on Front Street. It's like, oh, no, that's like diabetes. You can't catch diabetes from somebody else. You can't catch cancer from somebody else like that. So it's like, anytime you have any type of diseases like that, it's just like if somebody was like, oh, I'm susceptible to seizures or something, you're going to let somebody know what the hell you got going on. So for anybody that's in that camp that feels that way, which is probably, I hope it's a very, very, very small camp, y'all wrong. This is something you need to promote and fucking
Plus,
let it be
it's
known.
against the law to have sex with someone knowing you got HIV and you don't disclose that to them anyway. So you might as well disclose that shit on the first fucking date anyway. I don't know what's wrong with these niggas with HIV, bruh. I mean, I do. Magic Johnson ain't giving them the cure and they pissed off. But what's wrong with these hoes, y'all?
What's wrong with them?
So there's this woman who got on the internet and started talking about how she prefers married man and she don't feel like that she's causing an issue by being the supposed girlfriend to your husband. What's wrong with these hoes, y'all?
Man, shout out to the women that are side pieces and know it. And they stay in their place and they know their role. Shout out to you. But these other hoes, they like to go around and brag. Matter of fact, this reminds me, I was watching James Bond. She said, what's your preferred type of woman? He said married. Less strings attached. And it made me think of the same conversation. The hoes that target men that they know are married, what is your end goal? Do you just like a man where he just tricks off on you or buys you what you want and you just have sex?
Yes.
If that's the case, okay, stay in your place. Don't blow up the spot. Just, roll with it. But the bitches that's trying to break up happy homes and all this other shit, that's just a fucking fucked up way to be.
Yeah, what the fuck wrong with these hoes, man? It used to be bitches had shame. Bitches had decorum. We got to bring both them things back, man. You hoes need some decorum in your lives, and you need shame, man. Like we took shame out of being a hoe. Like hoes is proud, like they proud to be hoes now, man. Hoes be posting, yeah, I'm a hoe. I'm a dirty hoe. Man, that's the problem with y'all, man. And so if you want to fuck with married man, cool. You supposed to do that shit quietly. You ain't supposed to be telling your homegirls. You ain't supposed to be telling your friends. That's supposed to be a dirty secret that you supposed to have that you know is wrong. That you know is wrong. You know that shit ain't good. Whitney used to make a song called Saving All My Love because she was fucking with a married man. Because she couldn't say the nigga name in the song. Because she knew that was wrong to do some shit like that. And that's the fucking problem. So y'all come on this internet and y'all want to tell other hoes it's okay to mess with a married fucking man. Secondly, man, don't y'all know some of these bitches, these niggas' wives is crazy? They will pull up on you and snatch all that fake hair, all that horse hair out your fucking head, man, and beat your fucking ass. Like some of these hoes really will go be on that gorilla type shit. And they'll sit down and eat some jail food, man. Lastly, man, it's too many niggas out here for you to literally just say, my preferred man is a married man. Like, what the fuck is it about a married man that you prefer? Like, why you want part of a man? Bitch, go out there and get yourself a whole fucking man. And then, last thing for me, y'all hoes would date these niggas in relationships, these married men, and then eventually they divorce their wife or they break up with their girlfriend, you get with them, and then the nigga cheat. And y'all be so stunned and shocked, but you met the nigga through cheating. What made you think the nigga was going to be faithful? He wasn't faithful to his last bitch. Did you help break up with?
It was different with me.
Bitch, you ain't different. Ain't nothing special about you. Because if you was special, you wouldn't be even messing with the nigga in the first place. But to C's point, shout out to the women that know they fucking place and know they role and shut the fuck up. If you going to mess with someone that's married, man or woman, do your dirt and dark in peace by your lonesome, like T.I. said. Don't tell no fucking body, and just do what you're supposed to do. But don't come out here telling people what you're doing. Don't tell people I mess with this married man and say his name to people and put his business out there or her business out there, and now you fucking up the whatever they got going on. Like, stay in your place. Be the side chick, man. Be the hoe.
Yeah, man. I understand where she was coming from because I guess she likes her space. So it's like, but for you, I know that you as a woman at one point in time, you probably want to be married and be taken care of and that sort of thing. But maybe she's just a scammer, maybe. I don't know. Like, she likes to scam people. That's probably what she is. She's just probably a scammer. So it's like, so she likes to scam married men. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna hold this against you. You got to pay me, or I'm gonna tell you why. Like that, people like that. Remember I said earlier, they need to kill themselves. Or one of the last episodes, like those people, they need to kill themselves. Like, but if you want to stay in your lane, if you just want to be a friend of a friend, I don't see nothing wrong with that. But you gotta be respectful, and when the wife's birthday comes, you gotta buy her a gift. You know what I'm saying? When the kid's birthday comes, you gotta buy them a gift. Like, so it's like, are you down for the team, or are you just trying to be mean? You know what I'm saying? So if you buying gifts and doing what you're supposed to do, hey, it's more for the gathering. You know what I'm saying? More goose for the gather, or whatever they say. How they say that? I don't know. I'm on it right now. We're on our Uncle Nearest.
It's good for the goose. It's good for the gander.
There we go. That's why we got Caesar around, because he's always on point. You know what I'm saying? Love you, man.
So, the final topic of tonight, and we've been talking about it throughout the episode. You know, for those who know, Hurricane Helen came, tore up parts of Florida, tore up parts of North Carolina, tore up parts of Tennessee, tore up different parts of Georgia, especially the AUG, CSR area, you know, and a lot of people was without power and water for days. There's still some people that, you know, before we started even doing this episode, they might not have had water or power or whatever, and today is Sunday. And it came on a Thursday night going into Friday morning of last week. there's been, I want to say, a total of 100-something people, close to 200 people that lost their lives just in the Augusta area, CSR area. I want to say 12 people passed away. I have a friend who, had 2 people that she knew passed away from this storm. There's been comparisons to Hurricane Katrina. They've been saying that this has been the deadliest, hurricane that has hit America since Katrina, and we know how fucked up Katrina was. Man, first things first, man. To all those who was affected by the hurricane, man, if you made it on the other side, man, I'm happy you made it on the other side. I will say this, man. It was weird not having power and water for such an extended period of time. There was people in the CSR area saying, this reminded me of the ice storm. And I remember the ice storm. I'm going to keep it real. Nigga, I didn't have power for like a day. Like the ice storm hit, we didn't have power for 24 hours. The very next day, our power came the fuck back on. So we didn't have to throw no food away. With this situation, there was plenty of people who had to throw food away, including myself.
Everybody,
there was plenty of people who just went grocery shopping and had to throw food away. Trees fell on people's houses. Some people lost their homes. Me and Rose was driving in my neighborhood, and people was like trying to fix their shit or whatever because of the damage that was done. I was at work during the storm. I was walking in the storm around the perimeter of my job, and that shit was pushing me. And y'all hear C's and Rose talk about my weight. I'm a very heavy set motherfucker, and the winds were so strong it was making it hard for me to walk. So you mere mortals that weigh about 150, maybe 200 at the most. I don't know how you could have been standing outside during that storm. That's how strong those winds were, man. Then motherfuckers didn't have water. Motherfuckers didn't know how they was going to wash their dishes, mop their floors, how they was going to flush their toilets. Motherfuckers had to get water just to do all that shit. Some niggas ain't bathed. Quick note on that. Hey, to the bitch that DM me talking about, I'm so stressed out that I need my pussy ate. And I had to let her know.
Go ahead.
And I had to let her know, like, bitch, you ain't bathed in 4 days. What you mean? She was like, I'm just so stressed out. You ain't gonna eat my pussy? I was like, man, let me make something clear. Like, yeah, a nigga could have dicked you down, but you think a nigga gonna eat some pussy? Like, first of all, I'm not putting my tongue down there, and I don't know what the fuck gonna crawl on my tongue. All that bacteria that you got, you ain't washed in 4 fucking days. Gonna have me waking the next morning talking like, what's wrong with my tongue? Like, come on, bitch.
It's gonna be sealed. You can't open. Hey, but just a side note, I had a homeboy that had a situation. A bitch texted him talking about, I'm so stressed out, nut on my face or something. I'm just like, is what these hoes? That's what these hoes do?
Man, that's what they do, man. These
shit like
hoes
that.
ain't got no jobs, bro. They ain't got no money, man. That's why they so good at fucking, bro. The best hoes that fuck are the ones who don't work. That's all they do is fuck, bro.
That's what they say about us.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. Next, man. Hey, man. People complaining online, man. Talking about, man, I know who my real friends are, man. People who checked on me or people who didn't look out for me. Man, shut up.
Phone work both ways.
Phone work both ways. But everybody was struggling. A lot of my niggas, a lot of my people, my family didn't have power and water, man. Shut up. Stop that shit, man. We all was fucked up out here. I ain't have power till Tuesday night. I ain't get my water till yesterday on Saturday. I was without water for over a week. I was without power for like 4-5 days. Shut up. We all was fucked up out here, man. Don't nobody want to hear you talking about, oh, y'all ain't do this, y'all ain't do that, man. Everybody fucked up. And then for those who might have had a little bit, you might have been trying to, make sure your family was straight. Because people got kids, man. People got brothers and sisters. People got moms and dads. Some of us who are, in our 30s and 40s, our parents are older. So we got to look after them and take care of them and shit like that during times like this, man. So, hey, I don't want to hear that shit. Now, to the people hoarding and to the people looking out, man, hey, shout out to the people that was doing God's work, going around the city, dropping off food for people for free. They was inviting people to their homes and stuff and cooking food and letting people take showers, before they went to work or letting people charge their devices. Shout out to Rose. Hey, man, he a real motherfucking nigga. Love you, dog, man. This man, for me and my family, grilled 2 packs of chicken on his grill, grilled a big ass pack of hamburger meat. And when I say big ass pack, I don't mean the little square thing. I mean like the little cylinder thing, man. Like that's how big it was. He made like 12, I think 14 hamburgers out of that shit. And that fed me and my family for the whole weekend. Shout out to other people that, was letting people charge their phones in their motherfucking cars and stuff like that. You running your gas so your homeboys or your homegirls can charge their phones, because some people needed their phones so they can actually communicate with their job or communicate with their loved ones. Now, for you hoe ass niggas and bitches that was using your phones just so you could watch Netflix still, hey man, fuck you. But for the people like myself and other people who was actually trying to communicate with their kids or their parents or their siblings, or find out like what's going on at work, and so I can know like how my schedule going to be, is anything going to change? Hey, some of us actually need to keep our phones, charged or whatever. Now, to the people hoarding and shit, man, we got to stop this shit, man. We got to stop when crises come and we get to the point where we go to a gas station. Because a lot of you niggas are filling up on gas every goddamn day.
3 or 4 times.
Just so you could just sit in your car and feel the AC. Man, do what me and Rose did, man. We spent like a whole Saturday just chilling in the fucking backyard in the shade, bruh. And some of y'all too old for this shit. I expect niggas is 19, but if you're 30 and older, you come from a generation where we was outside most of the day.
Outside with my mama, my daughter. Like, that was crazy. We outside chilling with my mama and my daughter. Like,
exactly.
Okay, usually they be in the house. Man. They be in the house, like, yeah, but he one of us.
Yeah, he one of us. But yeah, we outside with, like you said, your mom, your daughter, and they don't only be in the house away from us, and we all just talking, having a good time, sipping, drinking, man. Like, some of us was really out here thugging and shit, man. So you people out here going to the grocery store and buying up shit, like, come on, man. You don't need to buy up shit, but we had the same shit during COVID. Saw a nigga buy 5 gallons of milk. Some of y'all niggas don't never fucking buy milk. Why you buying 5 gallons of milk just because of COVID time?
You don't have to free. That shit ain't gonna last.
So like during this time, there was some of y'all that was just going ham. Some of y'all went and spent $1,000 on a generator. $1,000 on a generator? Why? Because you didn't want to be 2, 3, 4 days without power? Like, you needed power that bad? Like, and I'm gonna keep it real. If you bought a generator as an investment for the next time some shit happened, salute to you. But if you literally spent a band just for what's going on here, nah, fuck that shit, nigga. Fuck that shit, man.
Yeah, man. Man, I don't know about y'all, man, but my coworker's the best, man. My team is the best, man. It was a Sunday, and one of the supervisors called and said, "Hey, Brian, do you need somebody trying to come to your city? I heard y'all got hit." I'm like, man, I'm thugging like, nah, man, I don't need nothing. I don't need y'all to come down here because it's bad down here. And then she said, well, just give me your number, you know what I'm saying? Gave one of my coworkers the number, talked to her. She bought me 5 gallons of gas. She offered to bring me food from Atlanta, come all the way from Atlanta. All the way from Atlanta. And the only reason I know her because I work with her. She said, man, Brian, nah, you know what I'm saying? Rose, what you need? Came down and did her thing, you know what I'm saying? And that was so much love. It shocked me because I was like, no, I don't want you to come down here because I don't want you to get down here and get stuck because it's crazy down here. None of the lights working. People driving crazy. And she was like, nah, I'm coming down there already, so what you need me to bring? And I just said, well, just bring me some gas, man. I ain't even need the gas, but she brought it. That was love. You know what I'm saying? People like that. I remember food time put something on Instagram and talking about, oh yeah, tag people that did this, and that. I tagged Verteezy because him and his family's going through it. They ain't had no water, no lights for a long time, but he's still going to work. You know what I'm saying? Still trying to do what he got to do. But then the people that won was the
district assistant, district 1, a commissioner.
People that I know don't need it. And it's like, wow. So what y'all just what and they said clearly, post in the comments. Then people in the comments, nobody in the comments said anything about anything. They just posted names. I actually posted something in the comments. I'm thinking like, for sure, I'm gonna win. Then they renounced it. And later on that day, I was like, man, and this is a black-owned business too. I'm like, okay, I see how y'all working.
Yeah, it's sad. During times like this, like I said, man, back to people looking out, man. You know, there was an uncle in my family, man. This nigga, you know, had power, water, everything in his house, man. And he ain't nobody but our family. Hey, for all the niggas like y'all out there, man, let me keep this real, man. If you got homeboys, homegirls, family members, and you had power and water, or you was living pretty much okay, like, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. That to me, that kind of is some whole shit that you didn't reach out and say, hey, yo, is there anything I can do, man? Like, do you need to come over here and charge your phone? Do you need to take a shower, man? Like, hey, if you got a grill, like, hey, can I grill some food for you or something like that? Like, and I know some people gonna be like, well, you know, man, you know, hey, if they would have asked me why X, Y, and Z, hey, man, if we locked in like that, you know, and I'm assuming that you down bad like me, but you know you not down bad, then show that we locked in and hit us up.
Yeah, because I remember my neighbor Ron. He said, "Man, this is times that we need to stick together." He brought me a whole bag of food that I had, like TV dinners or whatever. He got from, like, I think KJ's or something. They was giving them away. Like a whole trash bag full of them. I'm like, bro, I don't need all this. I can't even cook this. You know what I'm saying? But I gave some of it away to people that was going to work. But most of it went bad. But then the next day, I was grill. I ain't had no lighter fluid. Well, I figured out a way to light them grills. Light them coals. And I was able to go to Publix and find some food. Started cooking. I cooked all day. What's that, Sunday? Either Sunday or Saturday. No, it was Saturday. It was Saturday. I cooked from 11 a.m. to probably like 7 o'clock that night. I cooked my neighbor's food. I cooked Vertizi food. I cooked my food. I was just out there cooking. Like, you got something you need to cook? I cooked it and gave it to them. I ain't taking them their food. So I had my own, and it's like, I just cooking for you. Like, the coals is good. I got coals, they on fire.
And that's my point, man. Those are people that need to be shout out. People like Rose, people like my homegirl Jess, people that was out here actually helping people that was down bad. My homeboy Joseph, shout out to my neighbor Isaac, who every day brought a big thing of water home for his family. And it was so much water, he gave it to me and my brother so we could be able to have water in our house. Like, when times are bad like this, especially we as black people, we need to come together. And you niggas out here looting, see, that's the shit that make us look bad, bruh.
People broke into all kinds of stuff.
Family Dollars. Pawn shop, they got guns and jewelry. Y'all bringing in Family Dollars, Dollar Generals.
The gas station.
Come on, bruh.
They did their thing. Yeah. It was, but literally, when I woke up Friday morning, I woke up probably about 4 o'clock in the morning when the storm was going on. I went outside. It's like everybody came outside. It's like they didn't come outside, but it's like don't go out there. My daughter said, "Don't go out there." I said, "I'm not going out there. I'm just looking. I'm just looking." And it's like, so the next morning, I'm like, when I had to hit the road, it took me 2 hours to go from Hesper to downtown and back. It was so crazy. Talking about the damage that Helen did, the damage was so crazy, especially on our side of town, on the south side. It was so crazy. It's like trees everywhere.
It took so long to get help. Man, it felt like South Central. I don't know if they don't know, if they don't show, or if they just don't care what happened on the south side of Augusta.
Man, it was bad, man. I'm talking about neighborhoods blocked. Can't get in and out. Power lines snapped like toothpicks. But I remember I was telling Vertiza, I was like, man, it's like Katrina out here. He was like, man, it ain't like Katrina. People ain't on their roof. 200 people ain't dying. I said, yeah, that's true. But, man, I was out there, man. It was like Katrina, man.
Yeah, it was bad, bro. Because I ain't gonna lie, my brother was driving down Dean's Bridge, T-Man, and he said, yeah, man, I saw a pack of niggas. I said, what the fuck is a pack of niggas?
All right, Bruce Willis.
And this nigga said, I saw 10 niggas walking with their shirts off, young niggas, and they was in a group. I was like, oh, hell nah, nigga. These niggas will give it trouble. It was really fucked up out here, man. Last thing before I give it to C's, man. You hoes looking bad. Man, so many of y'all hoes, I just want to know what y'all finna do for some money. Because y'all wasn't able to work at these clubs.
Had to work overtime, baby.
Y'all couldn't go to y'all jobs. Some of y'all that don't want to take that $40 when a nigga normally text y'all gonna have to take that $40 now. Like, it's gonna be interesting to see how these next couple weeks play out with some of y'all hoes, because y'all gonna be down bad. And from what I saw, hey, them rent collectors, they only pushed the date back like a couple days for y'all. They didn't even give y'all no 2 weeks. Like, no. One girl said rent was due on a Friday, and it got pushed back to the following Wednesday. And I was like, damn, really? So I'm just curious, man. A lot of you hoes looking bad. We're going to see, on the next episode of AUG CSRA, what you hoes got going on.
Yeah, it was crazy. Let's say Thursday night, I was up. I'm hearing the wind and shit waking me up out of my sleep. I'm looking out the window. I'm like, damn, it's really raining. So normally I'm the only one usually up that late. Occasionally somebody else will be up. We both going out to the back porch looking out the window. You ever seen some of your property get blown apart live? You can see it, but it's still dark out, so you can't see it clearly. I literally see something silver go. So half of my shed is off. And then I literally saw my dad go, no! So yeah, then seeing the trees down, and then like my folks was the first ones to go out. I'm like, I ain't going nowhere. They was like, it's bad out here, man. You got power lines. I'm literally on the other side of Hesselbrook, down by the post office, and I'm seeing Wally's is like, the line is back all the way up to like past the cut in for KJ's. And I'm seeing power lines down. I'm looking like, dog, I don't want to drive over this damn wire, because you don't know if it's live or not. I'm surprised nobody got electrocuted. I'm glad nobody drove over a live wire. But I mean, trees down. My neighbor's satellite dish is still up somehow, a big ass satellite dish. One tree's down on the road, took out people's fences. My grandma's fence blew away. Part of her back patio roof is off. I mean, just seeing like the whole damage is like, bro, like driving around. And then talk about like people talking about, oh, they wait 4 or 5 hours to get gas, waiting in line.
Not a way to do it.
And then you see like days later, like when I finally got gas, which was like, I want to say I ain't get gas till like Thursday or something, the following week, I see people filling up. I'm waiting in line. Costco got the little notches where you can see people on like where the cars there. I see somebody, he got a Subaru, picking up 3 gas cans, filling them up. See another dude out here, 2 dudes in a truck, filling up 4 or 5 gas cans. I'm just like, come on, man. People asking around like, hey, you know where I could buy a gas can? And then one chick, I had to pick somebody up because they had a flat tire. I had to swap them out, grab the tool bag and all that. And she coming from Thompson. This gas station can't even take pump gas because the power's out. So you got truck drivers, away from home. They stuck in this shit too. It ain't just like, oh, where you gonna go? Go home. Nah, you gonna sit in the truck. And then I am glad to see how fast the government acted for it, because like you heard about like all the places that was giving out water and food.
That wasn't the government doing that.
No, I mean it was a city.
I mean, there was some places the city did it, but there was a lot of these small businesses
that did it
that looked out.
And it goes back to
mostly businesses.
It goes back to your point where like the people that needed it, let them get it. Like if you're hoarding shit, come on, man. Like you holding up lines, you taking out of other people's mouths.
And it was like I tried to go to some of them food giveaways to get some food. The lines were so long.
It was fucked up, man.
It's like there's no way that everybody in this line need this food. So it's like, for me, I didn't need the food, but I just wanted it. So I was going to drive past and try to see if I can get some of it. But then when I seen them lines, I was like, oh no, I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting in line for 4 hours or 2 hours for 20 burgers. Like what? Like there's no way that all y'all need all this food. Like and this water. Like I'm not waiting in line for an hour for a case of water. I'm not doing it. Like, but I know some people needed to do it, but there's no way them in that line, everybody needed it.
It's like if you needed it, of course you have no other choice to wait. But the people who didn't need it, it's like, come on, if you just got a case yesterday, why are you going out to get another case
today? And it's like, and I think that's what people are doing. That like Vertiz was saying, the hoarders or the whatever else he said, like
toilet paper, man. Like the port strike, they said. Fortunately, the port strike's not going to affect toilet paper, but it's like, but you ain't already had toilet paper. You can't last a week or two.
Man, toilet paper made in America. It's like, man, you don't need the port for toilet paper. I remember this. Somebody said that. I was like,
that was fortunate time. But I mean, it is, they activated the National Guard. What's so crazy about tropical? I was still under the impression it was tropical storm Helen, but I guess it moved into hurricane. Yeah. It's the widespread area. We ain't seen a hurricane that hit this widespread.
That have no water around us.
Yeah, and it's like this far inland because it's like it hit Georgia, South Carolina. Then when it got to North Carolina, it flooded. It literally flooded Tennessee, North Carolina. They were talking about. You said you didn't see anybody standing on the roofs. There was people standing on the roofs in North Carolina. So it was
I did see North Carolina was fucked up.
Yeah, so it was crazy because I remember Monday night, me and my son went to my mom's crib and I was about to take him to the airport because he got deployed. And we was looking at the news and they said something about the hurricane. I said, oh, it ain't gonna hit us. I ain't worried about that. She said, yeah, it's probably not gonna get us that bad. We'll probably just get some rain.
That's what normally happens.
We'll probably just get some rain. And then it was like took him to Charleston. He got on his plane. He went across, got back Wednesday. Everything's good. It rained Wednesday, but then Thursday it was like
that motherfucker hit.
Oh my goodness! And it was crazy because I remember when he went to basic training, I got sick. I was sick for like 3 weeks. The whole time he was in base training, I was sick. I kept going to the doctor. I went to the ER. I'm not ER, but the urgent care. I went to my doctor's appointment twice. I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with me, and none of the doctors could tell me what was wrong with me. It was like, no, all the tests come back, you good. You good. You ain't got COVID. You ain't got none. Like, you good. I couldn't even eat. I lost like 20 pounds. And it was like, and then my mom was like, oh, you get all that because stress. I'm like, I don't know if it was stress. I was stressed, but I wasn't stressed that bad. I know I wasn't stressed that bad, but I don't know. But then he leave this time, and then the hurricane hit. And it's like, what in the world really going on, man? I don't know, man. But, man, final thoughts. Anybody got anything?
Yeah, man. Man, just shout out again to the real heroes, man. Like I said, my homegirl Jess, my homeboy Joseph, Rose at the table, man, my neighbor Isaac, and to all the other people I saw, it was like some kind of, I ain't gonna say logging company, but like landscaping company, I think Noah's Landscaping. They was out here chopping down trees. There was some people driveways and blocking their front doors and stuff so they can get out of their house for free. When times like this happen, man, we need to pull together and we need to look out for one another, man. We need to be our brother's keeper, our sister's keeper. We can't just have the other mindset of it's just about me, man. I've heard stories of people giving people gas away for free. Like they had gas and they gave people gas, man. And you heard Rose said what his coworkers did, man. And I had coworkers that literally, when I got to work, they had literally ordered like maybe like a whole bunch of wings from the Chinese place. And they gave me their wings or whatever. And I was getting ready to eat some peanut butter jelly sandwiches because I was like, fuck it, I'm going to thug it. So we got to look out for one another, man, because at the end of the day, man, this crazy thing called life on this planet, man, anything can happen outside of our control. And we need one another at the end of the day, man. So Don't be selfish, man. Look out for your fellow man. Look out for your fellow woman.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, man, hey, plan for these times, man. Like people buying generators now. It's like, okay, next time you'll be ready. Stop hoarding supplies, man. Anytime they tell you something's about to run out in stores or something's about to hit, be ready so you ain't gotta get ready and you ain't gotta hoard. Like, stop taking out of other people. Like people that need things, let them get it. Let the people that actually need stuff get it. Don't take life for granted. There's a lot of houses just driving by. Like literally, my friend's neighbor, no, my cousin's neighbor had they live in a trailer, man. Their trailer, they had got a tarp wrapped around the whole trailer, man, roof. So I mean, like it's crazy to see, like, oh, I ain't gonna do nothing, man. Hey, Mother Nature or God, it'll show you what's real. Like the power, you can't control these things. Besides that, hey, I know one thing. Comcast, my bill better be lower this damn month. Still ain't got internet.
Yeah, so my final thoughts is like America, United States of America, USA. Like, I see y'all throwing all this money everywhere else out of the country. But then when storms hit your backyard, it's like when you send money to other countries, you don't ask them for this. You don't ask them from that. You don't ask them for this. But then when something hit us, then you wanna ask us, you need this, you need proof of this, you need proof of that, you need proof of this, you need proof of that. Come on, man. Y'all got money to feed wars, but y'all ain't got money to feed us. It used to be the homeless, but when people really need it, y'all ain't got money to do that for us. Like, y'all remember that now. We're about to vote.
Shout out to Kamala, man. She was in the Augusta area.
She was in Augusta
off of Barton Chapel, man, in my neck of the woods.
She was. And Trump came, but he went to Columbia County way and didn't get hit as hard as we did.
He went to them white people, man.
They already cut all the trees down over there.
That's his demographic though too.
It don't matter. That's why I've been saying, like, when stuff hit here, like y'all send all that money over there, y'all do all this other stuff. They got money to feed for wars and all this other stuff. Like, come on now. Like, we go remember all this though.
Hey man, in the words of Ed and Rakim, peace.
Man, and I'm back quiet, man. I would say y'all can meet us in the next light, man. But all the lights and the Augustus ain't working, man. So
See you at the stop sign.
Yeah, see you at the stop sign. I'm back quiet.